Hello students. So I hope all of you have started revising. Okay. Children, we will continue with the previous chapter, that is metals and non-metals. We have already discussed the action of metals or the reaction of metals with oxygen and reaction of metals with water. Today we will discuss the reaction of metals with solutions of other metallic salts. What are metal salts? They are the salts of metal like copper sulfate. It is a metallic salt, because here copper is a metal and SO4 that is contributed by the acid. Okay, you know how the salts are formed. They are formed by the neutralization reaction, by the reaction between an acid and a salt. So here in copper sulfate, that is formed by the reaction between copper hydroxide, which is a base, and that copper hydroxide base has contributed copper and sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4. So sulfate in copper sulfate is contributed by sulfuric acid. Now children, let us, and as I told you before also, that all the metals, they do not have the same reactivity. Some are highly reactive, some are less reactive, some do not react at all. Okay, so the reactivity series is there. So in the reactivity series, all the metals are arranged in the decreasing order of their reactivity. Now you see here, this is the experiment setup. These are the two test tubes. Now this blue color is copper sulfate solution and this is iron sulfate solution. And here iron nail is dipped in copper sulfate solution and here copper nail is dipped in iron sulfate solution. Now the color of copper sulfate solution is blue. But after some time the color will change to pale green or white. Why? Because iron, that is more reactive than copper. You can see here in the reactivity series, you can see here, this is iron and this iron is placed above copper. So this iron is more reactive than copper. Okay, so this iron will displace copper. You can see here, this iron, what will happen? It will displace copper and it will form iron sulfate, and when the iron sulfate is formed, the color changes to white. But here copper is less reactive than iron, so here copper will not displace iron and no reaction will take place. Now here iron will form iron sulfate, it will displace copper, and this copper will go and it will get deposited at the tip of the iron nail. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now you can see here in this reaction, metal A, it is metal A which reacts with salt solution of B, okay, and it gives salt solution of A plus metal B. So here what is metal A? Iron. Salt solution of B is copper sulfate in which iron is dipped, okay, and what will happen? This is stronger, more reactive than copper, so it will displace copper, so we will get salt solution of A, ferrous sulfate, plus metal B, that is copper, will be displaced. I hope it is clear, and this is a displacement reaction and the color of the solution will change to white. I hope it's clear to children. Open page 46 and refer 3.3. We will discuss how metals and non-metals, they react. Okay, now you see in your book, this is metals, these are the metals: sodium, magnesium, aluminum, potassium and calcium. We will take the case of sodium. Now the atomic number of sodium is 11 and its electronic configuration is 2, 8 and 1. 2 electrons are filled in K shell, 8 electrons are filled in L shell and 1 is filled in M shell. The atomic number of sodium is 11, means it has 11 protons, and since it is a neutral sodium atom, means it has 11 electrons also. So the atomic number is 11, means protons and electrons are 11. But this atom is unstable because in the last shell there should be 8 electrons, but here there is 1 electron. There should be 8 electrons. So in order to attain the stable electronic configuration, this sodium will lose 1 electron and it will have only 2 shells, that is K and L, and in the L shell there will be 8 electrons. But the atomic number of sodium is 11. That means the protons are 11. That means the positive charge is 11. But the number of electrons are 10. That means it has one extra positive charge. So this sodium, on losing one electron, will form sodium ion, which is called as cation, or it will have sodium or sodium and one positive charge. I hope it is clear. Okay, now you come to non-metals. You see here chlorine. This is chlorine, and chlorine is a non-metal. The atomic number of chlorine is 17, which means the number of protons in chlorine is 17, and if it is a neutral atom, means it also has 17 electrons, and the electronic configuration is 2, 8 and 7. 2 electrons in K shell, 8 in L and 7 in M shell. But this is also unstable. Why? Because in the large shell there should be 8 electrons, but it has only 7 electrons. So in order to attain the stable electronic configuration, it will gain 1 electron. When it gains 1 electron, the large shell will have 8 electrons. Now here the atomic number is 17, means the number of protons is 17, means the number of positive charge is 17. But here the number of electrons are 18, because it will gain 1 electron. So the number of electrons or negative charge is 18, means it has got 1 extra negative charge. So chlorine atom, on gaining 1 electron, will change into chlorine anion. That is chlorine, that is, here you can see that is chlorine minus. Okay, so it will become chlorine anion. Now you come see here how sodium chloride is formed. This is sodium atom. The electronic configuration is 2, 8 and 1. Now this sodium, in order to attain the stable electronic configuration, it will lose 1 electron. It has lost 1 electron, and on losing 1 electron, it will gain 1 positive charge. It will have 2, 8, 10 electrons. 1 electron is lost and it will have positive charge. Now chlorine has 2, 8, 7 electronic configuration, but it is unstable because here there should be 8, but it has 7 electrons. So it will gain 1 electron. Okay, after gaining 1 electron, there will be additional 1 electron. Okay, so it will become chlorine negative. Why chlorine negative? Because now there are 18 electrons but 17 protons. Positive charge is 17 and the negative charge is 18. So it has 1 extra negative charge. So it will become chlorine ion, that is anion. And since it will gain 1 electron, now it will have 2, 8 and 8. The electronic configuration will be 2, 8. Now what will happen? This is sodium. Generally we show the electrons which are present in the last shell. So in sodium, in the last shell 1 electron is present, and in chlorine, in the last shell 7 electrons are present. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now sodium has 1 electron, and sodium will attain the stable electronic configuration after losing 1 electron, and chlorine will attain stable electronic configuration after gaining 1 electron. So sodium will lose 1 electron to chlorine. Now sodium will have 2 shells having 10 electrons, and chlorine will have 3 shells having 18 electrons. Now here sodium on losing 1 electron will become positively charged, and chlorine on gaining 1 electron will become negatively charged. Now they are oppositely charged ions, and these oppositely charged ions will attract each other strongly, and a compound called sodium chloride is formed, which is a ionic compound. Okay, and this type of bond is called electrovalent bond or ionic bond, the bond which is formed by losing or gaining the electrons. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now students, after watching this video, try to practice the formation of magnesium chloride. Okay, it is very easy. Please practice it, and if you don't understand, then you can ask from me. Thank you.